Burke, I don't know if you know, did you know that Donald Trump's support amongst the African-American population is just
the
skyrocketing?
Blacks love him.
Hey, now that's how he would say it.
Right.
Yes, so Rasmussen, which is technically a pollster, they put this out, this tweet. This is from a few days ago. Today, real Donald Trump's approval ratings amongst black voters, 36%. This day last year, 19%, which is, I mean, that's pretty amazing that it would double over just a year. I mean, African American, the population doesn't generally love Republican presidents to begin with. He has been a particularly aggressive one when it comes to issues of race.
He's been racial, isn't that what?
He's been racialist, or my favorite is racially conservative.
Yeah, okay.
I just love it.
He's been racial.
So that's odd. Turns out it's also not true.
Right.
It's not 36%. No, look, every pollster does things in a little bit of a different way. How they put together a sample can be different, and that is why certain pollsters tend to be more accurate over long periods of time than others. Now, Rasmussen is known for having an electoral slant towards Republican candidates. Any poll in terms of approval rating or before an election is going to tend to be more favorable towards the Republican than other pollsters, which I would label as thus inaccurate. But this seems, even aside from this seems like them going out of their way to attempt to give good news to the president. And by the way, the president and Sarah Huckabee Sanders and Breitbart and Drudge and all of them were trumpeting this as proof that his policies are working, his rhetoric isn't so bad, and these people like him, they really like him.
The fact that 36% is terrible anyway. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like,
yes.
And so before we even get to break down how it's not even 36%, the fact that things are so bad that you would be just openly and overwhelmingly celebrating a 36% approval rate along, like, race lines is ridiculous to begin with.
So why don't we get into the other numbers? Because of course, it turns out multiple polling outfits ask about this sort of topic. So let's bring up Gallup's tracking poll over a long period of time. The weeks in office, it is consistent and low. It's 13% on his it's been 555 days. Feels more like 666. But yeah, 13%. Which is maybe, that's higher. Like, admittedly, that's higher than I would have predicted. But now 36. Now, we also have amongst YouGov economist surveys, there's been several. In July and August, that had him at 13% as well. 4 Quinnipiac surveys had him at 9% over the past 2 months. Polling firm Civics, which has interviewed more than 140,000 respondents over the past year, suggests that Trump's black approval rating has consistently been in the single digits throughout his presidency. By the way, so we had prepared to talk about this on Friday. There's been other polls since then confirming, again, it is somewhere between 8 and 12 or 13%. They don't care. They, of course, don't care. It was nice to have this Rasmussen one. It's nice when Donald Trump Jr. photoshops an approval rating poll from Fox and puts it on his Instagram. They don't actually care. And one of the things that makes me, I hate this discussion all the more when they lead it, because if you talk about his approval rating amongst black voters or why it might be low, even hypothetically, what is the one thing that Sarah Huckabee Sanders or Donald Trump will say? Do you know?
No.
The black unemployment rate is really low.
Oh, right, that I stepped into. That I stepped into, and it's just floating at the same rate.
Yeah, I love, you can see the chart month by month, or maybe quarter by quarter. I think it's month by month. And it's going down year after year over Barack Obama's presidency, and then he becomes president and it continues, which, look, it is nice. Perhaps it is proof that Donald Trump is not a racist, that he did not single-handedly do whatever it takes to raise the black unemployment rate again.
Right.
The historical trend has continued. Huzzah, President Trump.
There's just been so many things, and she is, obviously she speaks for him, but it's frustrating when she doesn't tell the truth, and she doesn't tell the truth in so many different ways that, and then you have this, and it's like, are they telling the truth? Like, you know what I mean? And this is, it's bothersome because, yes, the way he referred to countries full of dark brown people, the way, I think I saw like a pie chart of that many times the president has referred to people as animals, and then they split that up among racial lines. Like, it's just,
oh, I haven't seen that,
this
but that is
life.
Interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, we understand. And thankfully for the president, we have lower standards for the president than we do for hosts of Roseanne. So he has survived thus far.
It's just, I mean, referring to black people constantly as dumb and pretending like we have to pretend like that's not an old racist trope. Like we have to pretend like referring to black people as animals is not an old racist trope. Like we have to and completely ignore everything that happened before he was in office because rappers like to hang around with him.
Yeah, but no, if there's an outspoken black activist or celebrity or athlete, he will inevitably call the person dumb regardless of what they do.
And like you don't even have Omarosa on your team anymore. Right now we've got Diamond, Silk, Candace Owens, and Pastor Daryl Scott.
No, but there was an aide working in the
Percy
East Wing.
with the hair.
Yes, he's got Diamond Silk still. I think they're gonna stick with him.
What?
I think.
Yes.
But we also know, as much as he loves attacking people of color, he also loves attacking women. So God help you if he ever sees some of your critical words against him.
Right.
He will go on a tirade. Thank you so much for watching this video from The Damage Report. Please don't forget to like the video and also to subscribe to the channel so that you get notified as soon as new videos become available. To hear even more about both this topic and other issues not being covered nearly enough by the mainstream media, you're gonna wanna tune in every morning to our full hour-long show. That's at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, available on the TYT Network channel on YouTube TV.